If they accept your offer, let's continue. If they accept your offer and you won the contract, the home will go into a pending status, meaning they will update the MLS so that nobody else try to look at the house that you potentially may buy. Now, here's the real deal steps. That's when the balls start rolling. Inspection, appraisal, all this stuff. It may sound foreign to you, but everything happens so fast. By the time they accept your offer, oh, they're going to ask for your EMD, your earnest money deposit. Meaning, sometimes it's about 2,000. I ain't going to throw out numbers because, again, it varies. I don't know if they go off a percentage, like 1%, but I know my earnest money deposit was $2,500. You got to have that on hand. If you don't have it on hand, they're not going to take their house off the market for you when you couldn't even have $2,500 to give them on the fly. I mean, they'll give you a grace period, but you better believe that wire better happen ASAP. So yeah, so after you give them the earnest money deposit, that's when that way you're locked in. Let's see, based on the findings of the inspection, you have the option. Okay, boom. So now you have to do the inspection. Sometimes your realtor may say, hey, I got an inspector, unless you have somebody that you personally want to go through. In my case, my first time I went through somebody that my mom referred me. The second time I went through my realtor folks. So some people say don't go through the realtor recommendation because sometimes they might be working together, but I don't have that problem with my realtor. You know, he's 100% straight up, so I don't got those issues. But yeah, so inspection. What is an inspection? An inspection is pretty much when a professional, a licensed professional, will come out to that home and look at it from the inside out, from the top to the bottom, from the attic to the basement, every nick and cranny of that home, and let you know what is wrong. So if the house have mold, the inspection should have it written down, like, hey, this house has mold. You might want to take that into consideration. Or, hey, you see the roof right here? You're eventually going to have to get a new roof. So you might want to calculate that into your budget. Or, like, it's so many things. You know, this plumbing or this electric not wired correctly, so you might want to, you know, that's the purpose of the inspection, to let you know exactly what's wrong with that home. It's not your job. I mean, if you had that type of experience, then by all means, but that's not your job. You're paying these people to do an inspection. Make sure you're getting your money's worth. They'll print out this long, well, not print out, but they'll email you a long digital copy of the inspection, letting you know everything that's wrong between you and your realtor being the professional in this case. He or she will go through it along with you. Will go through it, but it's certain things that the average buyer may not know what to look for, but your realtor have done this time and time again, so they know the red flags, like, oh, hold on, I know this house look good, but when you look into the bones, it's not that great. The foundation, this house got a lot of foundation. You see this right here? You sure you want to go through this move? So guess what? Based off the findings of the inspection, you make the determination if you want to move forward or not. And if you do decide to move forward, but you notice, hey, this house gonna need a new water tank, you counter offer with the seller, but that's your realtor job. Your realtor pretty much plays the middleman, back and forth between you and the seller, back and forth, back and forth. So you're gonna bring all of your concerns to your realtor. Hey, this inspection say I'm gonna need a new roof, and I'm gonna need, it's a plumbing issue downstairs. I'm willing to still purchase this home, but I know I offer $305. Let's lower it to like $295, something like that, you know, something a little reasonable. Your realtor will let you know, like, all right, that's doable, or nah, that's, you trying it, like, that's a lot, that's 10K that you're knocking off, you know. So that's where the counter offer come into play. Your realtor play back and forth, go back to the seller. Hey, my client said that they are willing to move forward with this process if you all decide to fix this or replace this or not. And the seller have the option to say yay or nay. But if they say nay, You got to make that decision. Are you willing to take on this home, this responsibility, and knowing that this is going to happen? Or are you willing to pull back? I'm good, on to the next. So that's the time where you can get out of a deal. And if the seller denies, you can get your earnest deposit money back, because that's not your fault. Something is wrong with the house. It wasn't presented that way at first. So guess what? You out. Bad deal. Sorry, wrong call. On to the next. Now you will not get a refund of your inspection. But who cares? $500 compared to a $300K investment that's going to cause you problems. You pick your poison. All right, on to next. I said that based on the finding, you get your money back. Oh, so if you decide to move forward, the next process is your appraisal. What is an appraisal? An appraisal is when a professional, a licensed professional, comes out to the house to figure out the value of the property. So let's say, and you don't have to worry about, oh my God, who's going to do my appraisal? Your lender is going to send someone out there on your dime, but they'll send someone out there, because guess what? If I'm lending you money, I want to make sure that the money that I'm giving you, what am I trying to say? That this house is worth the amount of money that I'm giving you, and we're not getting finessed. That's the purpose of an appraisal. So let's say you offer $305. The appraiser comes out, nice neighborhood. They go off of comps, comparables. So based off the house that sold down the street, do it have the same amount of bedrooms, same amount of bathrooms? What's the square footage? Are these houses similar? Are they different? Oh, the house down the street sold for $320, but the house a few doors down sold for, I don't know, $290. $295, I don't know, I'm just throwing out numbers. But that's the purpose of an appraisal, based off the environment, well, not the environment, but based off the comparables surrounding homes. The bones, is the home renovated? What is it looking like on the inside? Is it outdated? Blah blah blah. And it's on them to figure out, based off their professional opinion and findings, they'll come up with, okay, this is the dollar amount for this house. So guess what? Let's say if you offer originally $305 and the house in actuality is worth $315. Guess what? Bravo, you came up. You saved $10K on a house, because the house is worth $315, but the seller already accepted $305. Now the seller can't say, oh no, that house worth $315. I want my extra $10K. Now they can't say that, because they already committed. They're bounded by that contract. Now let's say opposite situation. The home is worth, what I say, $305 at first. Okay, the home is worth $292, but you offered $305. Guess what? You're gonna get that house for $292, because the lender is not gonna give you more money than what a house is worth. That makes sense? I think it does. All right, moving along. Based on the findings. Next is the appraisal. Got that. What is the appraisal? Did that. Okay. Now after the appraisal, it's just a waiting game. Now the process to purchase a home can take up to 30 days, can take more than 30 days. But on average, they try to tell you 30 days. Now, what's going on within that 30 days? Well, by the time you get your appraisal, you've been locked in a contract, maybe a week, 2 weeks. Now you done got your inspection, had to wait for the inspection. Now you got your appraisal. Let's just say you've been waiting for it's been 20 days now, 21 days. Your loan is going through the underwriting process. What is the underwriting process? The underwriting process is this process where the lender is going to get all in your business, if not already, which they have already done, but they want to make sure that you said who you say you are. So let's say you had a job when you first started 20 days ago. You quit your job because I ain't feeling this no more. Baby, that ain't gonna fly. Because guess what? You thinking, oh, I already got my pre-approval. They already told me how much the house is worth. I'm already in this process. I'm good. A few days out from you sealing a deal, signing those documentations, your underwriter, they're going to ask for every documentation all over again. Meaning, they don't need to ask for your taxes because that ain't going to change. They're going to ask for your pay stubs all over again, updated pay stubs, because the ones I asked for, that's from 21 days ago. If you get paid bi-weekly, that's a whole, you get what I'm saying. So those pay stubs outdated, I need some updated ones. If you quit your job, what you gonna give them? Fake ones? I mean, people do it, but I don't, they ain't my business. But they're gonna ask for your pay stubs. They're gonna ask for your bank statements, because guess what? If you out here making large purchases and stuff like that, I mean, still live your life, do what you do, regular, you know, daily activities. But if you out here dropping 2K, 1K, large purchases, they want to know, oh, what is money going towards? They're going to want justification. So my advice, if you know that you're in that process and you're locked in, you're almost done, you're going through the underwriting process, don't be out here making large purchases. Don't be out here, don't go buy a car. Don't be going on these shoppings. I don't know, y'all, just be patient. You cannot spend large amount of money for 30 days. Or plus, whatever. But yeah, just be mindful that the underwriting process, you think you locked in, nothing's official until you sign those documentations on or until you sign those documents on closing day. Anything can change, anything. I ain't gonna keep talking about that because I think y'all get my drift. Oh, employment verification. They're gonna ask for employment verification. They're going to ask for pretty much a lot of stuff because, like I said, they want to make sure that everything you said the first time is the same case, because now we're about to give you this money. So I need to make sure that you have income to pay this loan. All right, so after all of that is done, the lender will give you the green light, like, okay, underwriting is finally over. And that's when you're just like, yes, finally, let me go swipe my card and do something. No, I'm kidding, don't do that. But so once everything is good, you got the green light, they did your employment verification, you resubmitted all of your supporting documents. Now they will schedule a closing day, and that's on you. Like, hey, this not gonna work, can we do it this way? And typically they're very flexible. Like, sometimes they'll come to your house. Well, it's COVID going on, so I don't know, but they're very flexible, so don't worry about that. Oh, closing day, get your hand ready, because baby, you're gonna be signing a lot of papers. Like, I'm talking stacks of paperwork. So be careful, not be careful, but get ready for that John Hancock. The final amount of money is gonna be due the day of closing, or at least 24 hours out, but it's been times they didn't get the money until I was walking in the door. But yeah, so that final chunk of money is going to be due no later than the day of closing. And well, actually, yeah, it will be the day of closing or no more than 24 hours, because they're finalizing everything. So at the beginning, you get like a closing, it's a CD, closing disclosure, and pretty much they're giving like estimations on how much you'll have to pay at the end. So you know, like, okay, I need to budget for this, or okay, I know I saved 10K, but they're saying I need 8K. That don't mean you spend your 2,000 because they're saying 8K. No, you still wait and hold on to that extra 2,000 until everything is finalized. So yeah, the final, like I said, a day out, they'll give you the final CD, and then you'll really find out how much you're bringing to closing. Some people actually get a check at closing. If your realtor is good, James, you'll get a check at, it's not guaranteed, but you might get a check at closing. Let's see what else. Yeah, and from there, you pop your bottle. You pop your bottle. No. But after that, everything's official. You get your keys, you take your little nice pictures or whatever the case may be, and you are now a homeowner. So that is pretty much the process of buying a home, regardless on where you are. That's the main thing. Credit, salary, debt to income ratio. Those are the three main things when it comes to home buying process. Now, let's get into these questions that I got back in July and October, because I was supposed to do the video way back then. How to find the right county or area to move. I'm not sure if I mentioned this or not, but it's personal preference, like wherever you and your partner or family think is a great place to live. Like if you want to be in a certain school district, boom, you know where you want to live at, you know, or at least what area to look into. If you don't want to travel too far to go to work every day, then you know, okay, I don't want to travel no more than 30 minutes one way. So that means don't be looking at, I don't know, Baltimore when you work in DC, you know? So it's just like you gotta pick your poison. It's all personal preference. Do's and don't when looking for a home. The only thing I have is don't rush into buying a home. Your time will come. Military process versus civilian process. It's honestly the same exact process. The only difference is military, if you do qualify for the VA loan, then you won't have to pay certain things. Like certain things get waived. You don't have to have a down payment, but they will get you on the back end because they have a funding fee, honey. That's another story. But the VA loan is good. Let me just say that. Things that can stop you from buying a home. Credit score, debt to income ratio, yeah, I think that's it. That's the main thing, debt to income ratio, because you may think, oh, I make $100,000 a year, but guess what? If you got a car that's $1,000 a month, you got 60, 70K in student loans, you got a $30,000 credit card debt, that adds up. So you think you make 100K, but when it comes to your debt to income ratio, that ain't gonna fly. Or it'll fly, but you may not get the home that you think you may qualify for. What kind of credit score do you need? My realtor says you need minimum 620. Other realtors, they may work with you if you don't have a 620 credit score, but guess what? That means higher interest rates. How much should you save when buying a home? Again, I'm not going to give you a certain dollar amount, but just save, I say minimum, me personally, minimum 10K, depending on the amount of home that you decide to purchase, but minimum 10K. And consult with a professional. Consult with your realtor. If you know that you qualify for a $500,000 home, then you may want to have more money. Or if you know that your credit score is not up to par, but you still qualify for it determines case by case. But again, consult with a professional, because I'm not, and then go from there. Home improvement stuff. I'm assuming you mean like daily maintenance, like pretty much if you're in an apartment complex and something breaks, you call the apartment complex or your landlord. In this case, you are the landlord. You can call somebody. You better call Tyrone. It's like, I'm so corny. But yeah, don't let that discourage you, because I've heard that before, like, oh my gosh, if something breaks, I'm responsible for it. Yes, that's true, but when you first purchase a home, your realtor should have opted you into a 1-year home warranty. So that means if anything breaks, anything happens, you're covered. You may have to pay, you will have to pay a deductible, $100, whatever the case may be, and it'll get fixed. And it will behoove you to continue that home warranty even after the 1 year. And we all know people. You can easily call, like, hey, you know a plumber? You know somebody that do this? You know somebody? You know, we gonna figure it out. So don't ever let that discourage you. First time experience. Me or just my first time experience? My first time experience buying a home was in October 2018. Everything wasn't peaches and cream. My home was it was a fixer-upper, but it wasn't necessarily a fixer-upper. I wanted it to be a fixer-upper because my home is an older home, and I just wanted it, you know, a little updated for my standards. And I'm still not all the way there because stuff costs, and I was paying out of pocket, okay? But I purchased the home October 2018. My heating system went out December 2018. Yes, it was cold. It was burr, okay? I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, oh my gosh, my heat not working. How much is this gonna cost me? Like, I was panicking, but luckily I am fortunate enough, I do know people in that line of work. My grandfather, my godfather, they know people. So I was able to hit up my grandfather, and he sent Mr. Larry. Mr. Larry came and fixed my heating system. It took a long time because he's a little older, but guess what? It was free. So it was worth the wait. My grandfather bought some space heaters. I heated up the rooms, you know, made it do what it do, and it all worked out. Another first time experience. My hot water tank, I have bad luck with hot water tanks because my second property, it wasn't working when I bought it. But my hot water tank was not working when I first moved in. And being a first time home buyer, like, I knew a little bit of something, but I didn't know a lot. So I just thought, oh, the hot water not working because I need to call the people and turn it on. They was like, no, that's not how that works. The water is on, correct? Yeah. Well, that means the hot water tank is bad. So I had to get a new hot water tank in November. Literally, I closed October 31st on Halloween. I had to get a hot water tank in November. But yeah, having a car note. Again, having a car note won't stop you from getting a house, but again, you have to keep in mind the debt to income ratio. And if you know that you're about to, ooh, thought I had to burp. If you know you're serious, ooh, there you go. I'm so sorry, y'all. Things happen. I'm human. But if you know you're in the process of getting a house, don't go out and buy a new car. It's how have you been getting around? You better do that for the next 2 to 3 months. It's okay. You'll be okay. You'll get by. Don't be stupid. I ain't gonna call you stupid. Be wise. That's it. Couples buying a home. I don't know about couples buying a home. I do know that they go off both your income and both of your credit scores. So make sure, you know, your partner got it going on just as much as you do. Or if you the weak link, make sure you get your stuff together. Now, when it comes to specifics, consult with a professional. I don't know. Okay, I think that's all I have. I want to end it off with, when you're purchasing a home, do your research in terms of programs. You have first-time home buyer programs out there. You have grant programs. Maryland, they have, what is it? I think it's called Smart Buy, meaning they'll pay a percentage of your student loans. It's stipulations, but they'll pay a percentage of your student loans. So every state have their different loan and grant programs. So definitely do your research. Or if you don't want to do your due diligence, make sure you have a lender that know what they're doing. Or even if they forget to mention, ask them like, hey, do Maryland have any grant, or DC, wherever you're from, hey, do this state have any type of grants or any type of 0% interest? Because I had a 0% interest loan. It was what, $6,500, but guess what? I didn't have to. You don't have to pay that loan until you refinance or decide to sell your home. So guess what? That's a $6,500 loan that don't accrue no interest. So just ask your options, you know, and like I said, if they're a good lender, they will present this information to you like, hey, based off your credit score and this and that, you qualify for X, Y, Z. Oh, cool. I didn't even know that existed. Sign me up. So yeah, definitely do your research. Again, like I said, don't rush the process. If the house is for you, it will be for you. I think that's all I have. I think I did better this time, because if y'all saw my first video, I was all over the place. I was at point Z, then I tried to piggyback and go to Q, and then I somehow ended back at U, and then I think I did well. I've been kind of rapping, but I hope it was great information. If you have any questions, feel free to leave the comment. No, leave the question in the comment box below. I'll answer it. If you like videos like this, if you have any, I don't know, any recommendations for other videos you want to see, let me know. I think that's all I have. So thank you for tuning in. As y'all see, I've been babysitting, but that's because I've been rapping. So I'm about to finish this and get ready for bed. So thank you for tuning in. Catch you guys later. Bye.